Hey. It took a second for that to start. I know it's been a couple days, but I've had days off. We've barbecued, we've shopped, we've had girl days, whatever. Friends, family, just woosawing. Trying to relax and enjoy those days off. But, anyways, my son just called me and they were on break from their class because he does the night classes. And this guy walks up, I guess kind of bored, and he's like, call your mom. I don't want to call my mom. So I'm like, call your damn mom. Let her know you love her. Life is short, Anything can happen at any time. Diabetes is a thing. Airplanes fall from the sky. People can get in car accidents. He starts laughing because I'm over here like, call your mom or I'll come there and beat your ass. These are a bunch of Air Force dudes. And he starts laughing and goes, look what you just did. And I said, what? He goes, he's calling his mom. He's on the phone with his mom. About 5 of them picked up the phone and called their mom. Because it's like we forget you don't have to be cool, right? It's not about what everyone's going to think. Oh, I'm calling my mommy. My son calls me about every 2 days. FaceTime, trying to catch up. Everything okay? You doing this? You need anything? And you need anything? And we're just going with the flow, right? But that just reminded me to talk to you about the power of suggestion. When you are in a position where you can remind others, hey, it's okay to do this, or hey, don't forget to do this. It helps people go, I didn't think about that. I didn't consider that's not lame. I even had to say, I call my mom like every day. I'm an adult, but we have to keep up with the people that we love. If you don't reach out to them, they don't reach out to you. Eventually time goes by and nobody's talking. And then before you know it, people are on their deathbed. So you have to remember to acknowledge the people that you want to keep in your life, because it's so easy. I have a friend that we've been friends since high school, but we lost touch. We came back together, and like sisters, we picked back up. But more so now, it's only on holidays. Hey boo, how you doing? Love you, But those aren't people that are necessarily meant to stay in your life. Those are people that they become acquaintances at some point and then they begin to fall off. So, like I said, just remember to reach out to those that you love. Remind them that you love them, because when we are feeling down, a lot of times it's almost, it goes back to my childhood. Nobody likes me, everybody hates me, I guess I'll eat some worms. The song goes on. But anyways, it's so simple to acknowledge one another. You can do this not even with just friends and family. You can do this with strangers. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I hope you have a great day. Oh, I love that shirt on you. Just acknowledgement. It helps everyone go, oh my God, I'm so real. Pinocchio did some crazy stuff because he wanted to be a real boy. Don't go off to Fantasy Island to try to become real. Instead, embrace the world around you. Take those moments, because before, when I was taking these little hiatuses and disappearing for a minute, it's because life was falling apart for me. Oh my God, I can't think straight. Oh my God, I'm just so depressed. Oh my God, I'm crying behind closed doors. And now it's like, I just need a moment to celebrate life. I need a moment to breathe and spend time with my family. We forget sometimes that we need each other, especially when we have children. Our children need us, and they're not going to come to you and say, hey, I need you. Oddly, as the parent becomes the child in a sense, they'll start coming to you and say, I need you. If they feel they can rely on you, or if they're feeling lonely enough, we switch roles at some point. Don't forget that you're not always going to be who you are and where you're at. At some point, you will be the person that hinders your life. Like the neighbors across the way from me, the 70-year-old mom with the 28-year-old son. And he's like, she's been getting in my bed lately. She wants to be around me because she's feeling neglected. And he even said, Ma, I'll share the whole place with you. Just not my personal space. And when we have children that are tiny, right? It's hard because at some point I even had to tell myself, tell them yes more than I tell them no. Mommy, will you do this with me? And as I heard myself saying, no, I don't have time. No, I don't want to do that right now. Let's do it later. And I was always the parent that was going to make sure that I did what I said. It didn't matter if we were doing it at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was going to make sure I did what I said that day. And I would spread myself so thin that it became easier to say, sure, let's do that. And take 30 minutes or 2 hours or whatever it was out of the day to let them be seen and heard. Because they're going to keep coming back. And at some point you're going to be like, oh my God, just fucking leave me alone. But it doesn't work like that. We don't get to bring life into this world and then push it to the side. And sadly, that's what a lot of people do. And that's why a lot of children turn into broken adults. They feel neglected. They feel like they were never heard. They feel like nobody understands them. They feel angry and bitter inside. And there's all these things that happened in their life, in their minds, the bad memories. Because the bad memories tend to stay. It's the good memories that get overwritten by the bad memories. And that's hard because we could build just as many good memories, but we're so busy going, no, not right now. No, I'll do it later. And then most people forget or just don't make it a priority. Just like my son calling me, he's prioritizing me in his life to let me know, hey, Mom, I love you. But I messaged him the other night, hey, I know you're probably in class. I'm just reminding you I love you and I miss you. And now he has found out he's going to Japan, which means my daughter and I are taking a trip to Japan. I'm already learning Japanese. Sorry if that's offensive. But I was like, I said I'd go visit. And I see my son taking me on this wild ride through his life of places he'll be stationed that I will go visit. And it's funny, when we raise good children and we stay in touch with those children, they can take us on the ride of our life that we never even imagined. Not to say I'll follow my son everywhere he wants to go, because I have my own dreams. I have my own destinations. But my daughter wants to go to Japan as well, so it's going to be kind of like a reunited and it feels so good for all of us, going to a place that we've never been. You know, just don't overlook the people in your life that matter, especially your children and your parents, your siblings. I know at some point we all have rivalries with those that we love. Let those things die. Life is too short to go around bitter and angry. Pretty sure it's Buddha that says if you hold on to a piece of charcoal, you will burn yourself. And it's the same as if you're holding on to hatred and anger. You're holding on to it, and the only person you're hurting is you. The other person that you're aiming that towards or feeling that towards, they don't know or they don't care. Don't hurt yourself. Do not destroy your soul and your essence because of how somebody else made you feel. If you're at that point in your life where somebody else is dictating how you feel, time to sit down and harness those emotions and go, I am a bigger boss than this. I have more control over me than that person does because I own this. It's like I told you the other day, you're the CEO of your business. Run it accordingly, because stress is the #1 killer, correct? So when you get down to the point you let someone stress you out, some of them do it intentionally. Sad, but very true. Excuse me. Some of them will do it because they're insecure. And they're like, oh, no, you ain't going to get in front of me. You can see that when you drive. You can see that when you're in line. You can see that when somebody says, no, not before me. Nah, I'm better than you. I'm going to go first. My son was always quick to go first. And I would always say, go ahead. After you, sir. Because the first person that walks into the den doesn't know if there is a bear in that den. Go get eaten and let me know if it's safe. I had to learn to take a step back at some point in my life and go, I'm okay not going first. I'm okay with you letting me know if my next steps are going to be okay. I think a lot of people forget that. It even tells you in the Bible that which comes first will come last and that which comes last will come first. It seems like a big confusing misunderstanding. But when you can look at it as somebody who could be patient will get their just rewards, and somebody that is impatient will get them do the same. But of course, you're not getting the same serving. So ask yourself, do you want to rush and be first and find out there was a lion that ate your ass? Or do you want to be a little bit patient and say, I can kind of hold back. I'm not missing anything. Because in the world we live in, there's enough for everybody. That might not be what the news and the media is telling you, but we're not in a world that's running out of food. Especially when it's mostly manufactured in big old warehouses. Now the food that is beneficial to us, maybe, but that's why you should learn to plant your own food again. Just saying. Heirloom seeds are the way to go. None of the seedless stuff that you can't regrow. But here I am, going off on another course that is not what I was talking about originally, which was remember to tell those that you love them. Remember to make choices based off of what is beneficial to your soul, not how someone will judge you. And just like when times are bad and you take a break when the times are good. Take a break when you can actually sit and enjoy life. Because we barbecued the other day and oh God, made so much food, all my neighbors ate too. Then they went out and they're like, well, when we get back from our cruise, we're having ribs and chicken and what goes around comes around. We're all eating. So just remember, when your love is abundant and flowing, spread it around and keep it growing. It will always come back. Don't do it with expectation because it will not come back the same way that you think it's going to come. But don't forget who you love. Pick up the phone, call your mom, text your dad, text your brother, text your sister, whoever, and just say, you know what, I was thinking about you, I love you, I remember blah 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 time when we laughed our ass off. You'll be surprised what you do to their memory bank. And when you start flooding inside with laughter, guess what? Your cells are all bubbly like champagne and life gets good. So on that note, peace out.